Hi, how you doing? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I'm the host of this group, Spiritual. It's a cool word, spiritual. I like that. Yeah, it's Monday, and we are back at Daily Fuel. So if you're watching in the replay, then do me a favor and let me know you're in the replay. You can write a comment. Hashtag is recommended, but not required. A comment is preferred, but also not required. You don't have to do anything. I mean, I can't. Not in your house or wherever you are saying like, oh, what? I can't do that, but I can say, hey, do it for me. So write a comment, let me know you're in the replay, and that just lets me know that people see it. If you're watching live, then you can start commenting now, which would be nice. Usually by now there's a few comments. So I don't understand what's going on. All of a sudden, like the last week or two, there's like nobody showing up for the lives that quickly. It used to be, and now the numbers are going up. Hector's here. Hello. Hector, how you doing? Nice to see you. So yeah, do me a favor, comment the whole time I'm talking. If you're here live on the live, you can comment the whole time I'm talking. If you're in the replay too, I don't care. But I'll just heart them. I can't read them on the live if you're writing in the replay. But what happens is if you're on the live, then I'm going to do my spiel, and then when I'm all done with this crap, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go through all the comments and I read them, and we talk and we have a discussion. So I like when people comment the whole time I'm talking. So Ray is here. Hi, Ray. How you feeling? How you doing? What's going on? All right, so it's been a little over 2 minutes. I'm just going to wait another few seconds, if you guys don't mind, just to see if anybody else pops on the live. I don't know who else is here. So, it said Nathan was watching, but he hasn't said anything, which is unusual. He usually says, hey. So, all right, anyway, let's just get started. I'm sure people will come or they won't. Whatever. All right, here we go. My son's walking around all of a sudden. All right. Playing the long game. Hang on. It's just so loud when people walk around over my head. All right. There he goes. Playing the long game. Okay, so here's the deal. We as artists, especially, we go through this a lot. I would think we get an idea, we get a thought, like a thought just pops in your head, and you're just like, oh, I want that. I want to make that. I want to do that. I want to have that in my life. I want to go there. I want to see that thing. Right? We get an idea of something that we want, and now suddenly we're just infatuated with that idea. We're in love with this idea. I want that thing, right? You understand this. You get this feeling. So what do we want? We want it now. We want instant gratification. We want to achieve this thing and get there and have it in the palm of our hands. I want to taste it. I want to be there now. Instant gratification. And I think as a species, we're kind of wired that way. Like instant gratification is just, we like it. And I think overall, on an individual level, on a societal level, we kind of gravitate toward instant gratification, which is why we don't really plan ahead for things that much, and we're not really great at predicting the future and things. But I digress. However, when you're trying to like self-help yourself and become more spiritual and everything, we kind of try to shy away from the idea of instant gratification. That hang on. It's just running around up there. Just whatever. Anyway, so we try to shy away from this idea of instant gratification. It's not allowed, but we understand that if I want to have the life that I want, if I want to achieve the things in my life that I wish to achieve, then instant gratification probably isn't the way to get there. Probably what I want to do is I want to play the long game, and I want to think and strategize things in my life so that I can get to a certain place where this is what I wanted to achieve, and now I finally have it. It's probably not something that I can achieve overnight. So we think in terms of this long game. Have you ever heard that expression, long game? I'm going to assume you have because I can't see if you're nodding or shaking your head. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to pretend you know what I'm talking about. So we come up with this idea of sacrifice now so that later we can be happy, right? If I save money now instead of spending it frivolously on clothes and tickets and alcohol and whatever, I save my money, then in the future I can retire and have the life that I want. And that was kind of the American dream. If you're not American, you probably heard of the American dream, but it's just this idea that you work and work and work, and then you get you build, you climb yourself up the corporate ladder, save your pennies, and when you're 65, you're allowed to retire and live out the rest of your life on a boat or something like that, right? The idea here is that it implies that there's this destination to get to. And in the American dream from the 50s and 60s and 70s, the idea, the dream, that destination was retirement. Well, all right. Let's talk about this because I got my three things, right? And what I'm kind of concerned about is that we have this idea of trying to reach a destination in life. And so, number one is what you would typically hear from spiritual people, I think, is it's not about the destination, right? So, okay, that's true. It's not about the destination. Because then what happens is if we're living for a destination, we are endlessly struggling and endlessly sacrificing to get there, to get to this place. I want to just work on this thing and I'll sacrifice and I'll sacrifice and I'll sacrifice so I can get my business or my life or my relationship to this place. No, I'm not a big fan of this destination approach to life. And I know that a lot of people in spiritual circles also kind of talk about this. Like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right? Is what we always say. All right, so that's number one. Same thing you hear a lot, and you didn't come here for platitudes. So number two, it's not about the destination, it's the journey. No, I'm not a big fan of that one either. And I'm going to say why. So we say focus on the journey, right? As if there's no destination at all. It's just this life that we're kind of going through and flowing through, and it doesn't matter if you get there. As Abraham says, there, in the Matrix, they said there is no there is no spoon, right? There is no there. The Abraham always said you can't get it done, you can never get it finished, you can never get it right or wrong. And so we have this idea then that life is just this journey, and we're just kind of supposed to be flowing through it and just going down the river, not trying to get anywhere, not trying to accomplish anything, not trying to do anything. It doesn't matter if you do, you can, but it doesn't matter if you do. And to me, that kind of feels like, so what's the point? Literally, what is the point? Right? It's like, I don't really just, I understand that that's closer to what I would want it to be about. That if you're just constantly sacrificing your life to get to this destination, from my number one point, that's really crappy. But if all you're doing is like, who cares about the destination? It's just a journey, and I'm just going to flow down this river and see where it takes me. That to me doesn't really feel like something I'm into either. And so I'm trying to come up with a third way, which I only thought of this today because Liren posted it and said, can you talk about playing the long game and instant gratification versus, working toward a long game? And it just had me thinking, like, in terms of my life, of what I'm doing with that. And so I came up with this for my number three is, what if we thought of it more as like waypoints and rest stops? Because, when you're working toward this destination, when you get there, my buddy Landon and I, we talk about, we use the metaphor of climbing mountains in terms of this stuff. So you're climbing a mountain and then you're at the top of the mountain. It's like, yes, I'm finally here. And you get to the top of the mountain and suddenly from this vantage point, you can see there's a whole nother freaking mountain range you want to climb. And you didn't even know it was there, So the destination might feel like all that we want in the moment that we think of it. But there's always a new one. There's always the next destination that we want to get to. So for me, this hybrid idea of destination and journey and having waypoints in the middle, it's more like the journey is the you do your energy work and you're just kind of floating down the river of life and you're allowing the universe to bring you opportunities and stuff, but you still want those destinations. You still want to achieve things. And it's sort of like you have these waypoints in the middle. I think I'm making sense today. I'm trying to figure this out for myself. So I thank Liren for bringing this topic up. And I'm trying to figure it out. But here's how I thought of it. I thought of it like going back to the amusement park thing, where you go to the amusement park and you don't go to the amusement park to actually go anywhere. You go there to ride the rides, and the rides are just kind of the journey. But in between, you have these waypoints. Like I want to get lunch after I go on the roller coaster, and then I need to go to the bathroom. So it's like there are these waypoints in the middle where now I've done the thing, I've taken the ride, I've gone on the journey, and now I'm at this place, and now I'm having lunch, and I'm just kind of relaxing here, and it's like now I want to go on that ride. So sometimes the destination is the thing, and sometimes the journey itself is the thing, and I think I'm finally understanding what I wanted to say, and I've been thinking about this all day. I think what we're trying to do is combine the two to enjoy the movement towards the destination, but also want to get to the destination itself. I'm going to think more about this and maybe do another one on this another day. But what do you think? And I see there are no comments. Where is everybody? I don't understand what's going on this week. This happens once in a while. Like since I started the group, usually there's lots and lots of people and lots of comments and stuff like that. And then every once in a while there's this lull where I'm talking and to nothing. I don't know if anybody's there. I don't know. So there's a comment. See, a delayed gratification. See, I need instant gratification in the comments. Do you understand that? I need instant gratification. I need to see like a list of comments, and I don't want delayed gratification in the comments. Deb says, hi, Bobby and company. Hi, Deb. Hey, what is that? I don't know if you could see that. Like a thing popped up. Hi, Bobby and company. Hi, Deb. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Hi, Ray. Okay, you guys can say hi to each other. Delayed gratification increases excitement. Yeah, it does increase excitement. You can think of it that way. I do like that. So when you get instant gratification, then it's like, oh, good, I got it. Okay, now what? It's like as soon as you get the thing you want, you kind of just it's like, oh, okay, well, there's no the anticipation is gone. Sometimes anticipation is half the fun. We want to anticipate getting this thing, but if we just get it immediately, then that could get kind of boring. So yeah, I agree with you there. Nice. Deb says you are an hour earlier than usual. Yeah, maybe that's what's happening. It's 5:30 here because it's daylight saving time. But where are you, Deb? Do you not live in the United? I don't know where everybody lives. Anyway, if you live in North America, then our clocks changed. If you don't, then you don't. I don't know. I don't know what everybody else does because I'm American and I don't pay attention to what anybody else does. So it doesn't really matter. It sounds a bit like the path of evolution. Do you mean like species evolution or personal evolution? But yeah, you're right. Evolution is a slow process, and it never gets there. There is no destination. It's not like the human being has evolved to this point and now we're done. It seems like we're done because we're here, and I personally am not going to evolve into a different species, but over the course of millennium, the human being will evolve into another thing or other creatures or other, species. Yeah. So it is kind of like that, right? Nathan says, hang on, buddy. I need your ones are hard to read to begin with, and now it's a long one. Hang on a second. This ability, wait, it's in quotes. What is that? What do the quotes mean? Is this not your statement? This ability to resist temptation and stick to our goals is often referred to as willpower or self-control, and delaying gratification is often seen as a central part of this behavior. Resist temptation. Yeah, see, oh, you know what, dude? I'm glad you're saying this because you're making me think of this in another light that's very... So I grew up Catholic. All right, and I'm not knocking religion. If religion works for a person, that's great. But I grew up Catholic and kind of got away from it as an adult because I realized that it never sat well with me. Never did. My entire childhood, I just had to be dragged to church, and one of the things about growing up Catholic and going to Catholic school is that there's always this idea of temptation is a sin, and if you give in to it and you want instant gratification in your life, pretty much anything in life that's fun, that is an instant gratification, is just wrong, and you're going to hell. And so I was just like, yeah, no, I don't believe that. So that never sat well with me. And so here what you're saying is that the ability to resist temptation and stick to our goals is often referred to as willpower or self-control. Yeah. And so that's kind of what was like drilled into my head, but I used that so that I could build the things that I want in my life. For example, I want a certain business, and I never anticipated that I would have it overnight. So I knew that it would require building something up and putting the work and the effort into this group, for example. Let me finish your thing. We put off what we want now so we can perhaps get something else, something better later on. And that is true sometimes. That sometimes if we jump at the first opportunity, we may miss a better opportunity later because we weren't really paying attention to what are the opportunities around me. I'm just going to grab the first shiny one. But now you got something in your hand and you don't have a hand to grab the better one. I like that idea. We are here. Oh, thanks, Ray. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're here. Oh, Brisbane, Australia. Oh, right. Okay, you're in Australia too. I probably knew that and forgot. I know Donna's in Australia, and there was somebody else that was in. There's a bunch of you in Australia, but yeah, we changed our clocks, so it's daylight saving time now. The nice thing about daylight saving time is it lasts, and I don't understand this. They keep expanding daylight saving time. When I was a kid, it felt like it was half the year was daylight saving time, and the other half was standard time. And you had about 6 months and 6 months, it seems. Well, now, I'm not a kid, and daylight saving time is like 11 and a half months out of the year, and standard time is like a couple of weeks. It's not that ridiculous, but it's almost ridiculous where it was just like, why can't we just stick to daylight saving time? Why do we have to switch back to standard time from like November to March? It's the end of November to the middle of March, right? It's like 4 months. So 4 months standard time, 8 months daylight saving time. It's just annoying. What's the point? Just pick one. I don't really give a crap which one. Just pick one because then I got to explain to everybody it's an hour earlier, and then this happens. And I guarantee Robin's going to be like, I didn't know. I didn't see it. Because you're absolutely right, Deb. It's an hour earlier. A person's personal evolution, Deb says. Personal evolution. Oh, okay. So personal evolution is, you're right. So this is like personal evolution because we are trying to evolve as a person, as an individual, as an artist, but sometimes we just want what we want and we want it now. You know what? I'm not going to try to explain that because you're absolutely right is what I'm going to say. Nathan, whose quotes are these? Not my words. A person's ability to delay gratification relates to other similar skills such as patience, impulse control, self-control, and willpower, all of which are involved in self-regulation. Now, by the way, I am not saying there's anything wrong with self-regulation. I'm not a big fan of the term willpower either because that implies like real sacrifice. If something is so sacrificial that you need to like white knuckle your way through it, then you're probably not going with your intuitive flow. I think it's better to just go with your intuitive flow and feel your way through a thing than to be like, I will not do that no matter what, because usually that doesn't work for me. It works for some people, but I think even if it works, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like there's a price for it. And for me, the price is that it just didn't work and I wasted a lot of time. But for some people, I think the price could be stress, it could be illness, it could be you got where you wanted to be, but you lost what you had in 6 other parts of your life because you were so rigidly focused on this thing. I'll never forget, I read the biography of Elon Musk. A lot of people have opinions of this man, and he's a very interesting person, whether you like him or not. Doesn't really matter. That's not what this is about. But I read a biography about him, and he was just so singularly focused on building his businesses that he had failed marriages. He's estranged from his children, and it's just like I as I was reading it, I wanted to be less and less like him. Because at first I was just like, wow, what an amazing thing to have this kind of business and that kind of business, and I want that. But then I realized, wow, you know what? I'm not willing to sacrifice the things that he sacrificed to get to where he is in business, because those other things are just too important to me. So that's why I don't have the willpower to just white knuckle my way through things, because usually when I willpower my way through something, I'm getting where I want to go on that topic, but I'm taking my eye off the ball on all the other things in my life that are important to me. And I'm not really willing to do that because they're all important to me. Yeah, patience is something I do not have. Patience implies that you can't enjoy yourself now. That's where I think the journey part comes in. We feel like, I want this thing, I want this destination, and I want it now, but I need to have patience. And when somebody says you need to have patience, to me that sort of implies that you can't even enjoy the journey. This is going to be a crappy ride until I finally get there, if I get there. That's what patience sounds like. I'm not a fan of that one either. I think all of these things were kind of made to either enjoy the journey more or enjoy the destination more. And what I'm trying to say is we need to figure out a way to combine the two into one. I don't have the answer yet. That's just where I'm kind of looking at this. Nathan says, emotion regulation is the ability to respond to the ongoing demands of experience. Wait, time out. I read that way too fast and I'm already lost. Hang on. Emotion regulation, like regulating your emotions, is the ability to respond to the ongoing demands of experience with the range of emotions in a manner that is socially tolerable and sufficiently flexible to permit spontaneous reactions, as well as the ability to delay spontaneous reactions as needed. There was a lot in that sentence, dude. That is a jam-packed sentence. I mean, like you are a master at using words to convey 16 thoughts in one sentence. I like it. I'm a fan. Emotion regulated, the ability to respond to the ongoing demands of experience with the what do you mean by the ongoing demands of experience? Like what it is I'm working on right now? I'm not sure what that part means. With the range of emotions in a manner that is socially tolerable. I'm going to focus on this part. Socially tolerable, but flexible enough to allow you to react to things spontaneously, right? All right, so it's socially tolerable, meaning you're not attacking Ukraine, for example. That is socially intolerable. Let's agree with that. Please, let's agree with that. But socially tolerable. I'm not murdering my neighbor. I'm not killing a cat. I'm not drinking and driving. Things that are considered socially intolerable, right? I'm also, I went to click the thing and Deb commented and everything shifted and I missed. As well as flexible enough to permit spontaneous reaction. So I need to be able to make a move spontaneously. Yeah, okay. I think we got it. Good. Choose your response rather than reacting to it. Okay. I like that. Choosing your response. Yeah, so now it comes down to reaction versus response. And so what's the difference? This thing happened. Reaction is I just fly off the handle without thinking and I just react. You know what? A reaction doesn't even need to be fly off the handle. A reaction could just be a program that runs in your head that now I do this thing and I don't even think about it. It could be positive. It could be negative. For example, a reaction is I touch something and it's hot. I move my hand away. I didn't think about that. It just happened. It was instinct. But we also have these programs in our mind to react to things to save time. And I've done this 100 times before, and every time I do this thing, so I just do this thing. Somebody starts getting annoying with me, and I just go, ugh, right? I just react. I read an email that has bad news, and I go, it's a reaction. But a response means, wait a minute, I have the power to attract I forgot to put the dog away too. I have the power to attract the outcome that I want here. So I'm going to think through and feel through my response rather than just go with my initial gut reaction. Good. Shin's here. Greetings to all. Hi, Shin. I'll accept it. I'm included in all, and we're at the end of the thing, so it doesn't even matter. Usually I would prefer you say hello to me first and then everybody else, but it's fine. Greetings to all. Shin, that's the last comment, so you get the booby prize. We're going to end this one here today, and I will thank you for joining me, those of you who did. And if you're joining in the replay, thank you for doing that as well. Shin gets the booby prize, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, by the way, you guys are allowed to throw out ideas for Daily Fuel at any time if you can. I always have a post going that says, what do you want to talk about in Daily Fuel? If you find that post, you can put a comment in there. If not, you can do what Liren did and do your own post and just say, hey, can we talk about blah, 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 blah. Always welcome to do that, and I'll add it to my list so that I remember. Because if I don't add it to my list, then I just won't remember, because that's how that goes. So thank you very much. Enjoy your booby prize, Shin. It's in the mail. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.